This video is being recorded the first week of February, and 2025 has already been a year for me. Alrighty guys, I have decided to record my first video of 2025 while sitting in the car. And just to start it out, I just have to lead with this video is being recorded the first week of February, and 2025 has already been a year for me. So I wrote down some notes of things that I wanted to talk about. We're gonna talk about the good, of course, because you gotta find some good even if you feel like most of it is bad. So that's what this video is pretty much going to be about. Anybody who has been watching my channel, though I have been inconsistent the about 3 years that I've had it, will know that this channel has kind of developed into a more personal channel. So yeah, that's pretty much what this video is going to be about, and that's where this channel is probably going to continue to be, is more personal about my travels, my schoolwork, my mental and physical health. So I'm gonna do two parts to the video. First part is going to be the good, second part is going to be the bad. We're gonna start with the good, which pretty much the good for me is some goals that I have for 2025 and lifestyle changes that I want to make for my health and my peace. For the changes that and the goals that I want to make this year, the biggest thing is communication for me. In the past, I have been an individual who has been very avoidant with my communication type. I didn't like confrontation and things like that. I have noticed with the passing of my dad and other losses that I've had, that I kind of really don't care. I've tried to been focused on what I need, and finding that balance between the people pleasing and avoidant Deja and what you need to do for your mental health and being in a good space for yourself. Because with the past, doing that, it was always to try and spare other people's feelings or to make sure that they're okay, and then I always ended up being not okay in the end of that. So communication is a big thing that I want to work on, regardless if anybody likes what I'm communicating or not. Of course, I'm going to try in some situations, can't promise all, but in some situations I'm definitely going to try to find the best words to still communicate how I feel and what's going on with me in a way where somebody can understand and not get offended and feel like they're being attacked. But I am human, that's not always going to happen. Sometimes it's going to be intentional and sometimes it's going to be by choice. The other goals that I have is for my health, both inside and out. I successfully in 2024 was able to get off of my ulcerative colitis medicine by finding a right mixture of vitamins and the way that I was eating. And now in regards to how I want my body to look, which I don't really care what other people say. It's how I feel about my body. So I have a goal about how I want my body to look for myself. And I definitely want to get stronger because I like to be a strong girl. And on the inside, continue where I don't have to take medicine for my ulcerative colitis and hopefully prevent anything else from happening with my body, because my body is not always friends with itself. And also with my mental health, I want to work on that as well. I am currently on a leave from work for the month of February, and this is because of my mental health and how it had been the last few months, and where I saw it going. And before things got really bad and out of my control, I felt that it was best to take a leave from work, which I am very glad and appreciative that my job allows me to do that. So focusing on getting the craziness that's up here together and trying to keep it together. I mean, I know it's not going to be together 100% of the time, but to build those tools and things that when I still do start going on a decline, that I don't get too far down, and I'm able to start using some of the tools that I'll be working on developing to work on getting myself back to a good controllable space. Another goal is to make time for the things that I enjoy. I have a handful of things that I enjoy doing, that hobbies that for a while I haven't been able to put time in because of issues with time balance and work-life balance, because unfortunately this country doesn't believe in work-life balance. So between school, work, and trying to focus on my health, things that would bring me joy and also contribute to like my mental health and things like that, I haven't been able to put time into. So that's what I'm trying to figure out, is how to start fitting those things in and making them more of a priority for my happiness and my sanity. The last thing, which I just kind of mentioned, is my time management. I know I said time balancing, but time management, because I can't get any of this stuff done if I don't have proper time management. So that, I would say, is the good, because I do have goals, and it's not like 2025 has already been a year, forget this, I ain't doing sugar honey iced tea, blah, whatever. So I feel that it's good that I have still been able to be in a space to be like, okay, we need to figure out these things so that we can try and make it a little bit of a better year than what it has started so far. And for part 2, which some people may feel like you should have started with the bad and ended with the good, but I'm going to be ending with the bad. So part 2, the bad. So, as you may have potentially gotten from the good, 2025 has been a lot, and literally only just got done with January, which was the longest January ever. I feel like for myself, and when seeing people on social media posting how long January was, it was like, yes, I feel you on that. But for my mental and emotional and physical health, it has not been the greatest this year. Starting the end of December until like the second to last week of January, I have been sick. I started out with having COVID at the beginning of this year, and then it took me a while. It took me a couple of weeks to get over that. Like, I was testing positive, but I was still like having cough attacks and issues with that, and shortness with breath. My body at least did agree with me for my birthday, because I went on a cruise for my birthday where and it was a 4-day cruise. So like the first 3 days I like still had like a little bit of snot, maybe a little cough every once in a while, and like at night was when the cough attacks happened, when I was like laying in the bed. But on that fourth day is when it was like itchy throat, and I'm like, ah, dang, so I caught something else. And like literally like the last week of January is when I was like, okay, physically starting to feel better. So that was a lot, because being sick, regardless if it was COVID or flu or whatever, it's draining and it's a lot. And especially when now most jobs don't have any protocol for COVID and they want you to use your vacation days, but it's like, no, I need my vacation days for later on in the year when I actually have stuff that I want to do and I feel good to do it, but I'm going to use it all because I'm sick. That's crazy to me. So I was going to work and feeling like crap. And then also January 2nd was the 1-year anniversary of my dad's passing, which the year as a whole of him not being here was very, very difficult. It is still very, very difficult, because things just keep happening where this would be something that I would go to my dad for, or this would be something that I would want to talk to my dad about, or I just wish I could talk to him. Or it's just, grief is a very complicated process. Everybody deals with it differently, and I've lost family before that was close to me, but it just hits differently. Losing a parent, and that has definitely been tough. And then unfortunately on January 13th I lost one of my great uncles, which that hurt a lot as well. So a lot of loss, because within the loss that I've had, there's other people around me that has had loss, and because I do have empathy, it's like it may not affect me as strongly as it affects them because of the difference in relationships, but I still understand the pain that losing somebody causes. So January was just kind of sucky because there was a lot of loss. Other things about some of the stuff I've been struggling, like with the kind of guilt that because I'm a January baby, in this January there's been a lot of loss and stuff, and I still went out to celebrate my birthday. That has contributed to the issues with my mental and emotional health that I am currently working on getting help and stuff with. But yeah, it has just been a lot, and I know I'm not alone in things that I may be going through and the struggle with all aspects of my health and other things, but sometimes you do feel alone and it's hard. And I mean, I'm giving myself grace to feel these feelings and react the way that I need to react and do what I need to do in regards to getting help and trying to feel better. But some days it is truly a lot. But I mean, it's unfortunate that me or anybody else has to ever go through bad things, but it also ties into why I started this channel. I started this channel searching for what I actually wanted to do with my life, and life just continues to be lifing, and all you gotta do is try and roll with the punches and figure out what's the next step to do in order to create a life that you want and that you're happy and that you're proud of. Because yeah, I know that's what my dad would want, is to have me continue to try and figure things out and be happy. So that's what I'm going to continue to do, not just because it's something that he would want for his kids, but because it's something that I want. I want to be happy and proud and a little bit boastful of the life that I create, to be like, yeah, I did this. There was ups, there was downs, it was a rocky road. I had to go around the corner, make a U-turn and all of this stuff, hit a dead end, had to turn around, but I figured it out. And that is the goal, to figure it out. And I mean, it kind of sucks that I'm kind of ending this video on a little bit of a sad note, trying not to cry. But unfortunately, that's what life is sometimes. Sometimes it's hard and sometimes it's sucky. And on social media, a lot of people try to show the highlights, but I want to be an individual that let other people know that you are not alone, and folks really do be struggling out here. And it truly sucks, but it's okay, because that's life. Before I start rambling, or before I shed a tear, this is going to be the end of the video. I am D. Narelle. I hope to see you in the next video, because another one of my goals this year is to try to continue to be consistent. Even though I've struggled with it in past years, this is the year I'm gonna do my best to be consistent all year. But yeah, let's continue to figure this life thing out together. See you guys in the next video.